So we were talking about gates being in a way when sewage flow happens. So basically a gate that pushes all the time open is going to have a little bit of buildup sewage on the bottom of the gates. This is typical of a problem that happens with check valves. So when you get into normally open valves, you get a lower flow restriction through the system. And this valve is designed pretty well because it has a concave bottom on the bottom, so the water does push it open and somewhat cleans it, but it is still a gate in the system. So what we want is we would like to see a system, if we can, with no check valves in there. A system with no check valves will have no flow restriction, and your normal flow will flow through it. You don't have to worry about slowing it, a low flush toilet down to push open a gate. So this is what we would like to see, is the normal flow, no restriction. So what we've done is it led us to develop a backwater valve with another Topcheck type of a system. So what we do is we take a standard check valve and we actually latch it in the open position. Not much to it, but this is what it is. It sits in the open position. As you can see, we have wire leads that we'll talk about later. So now what you can do is you got a clean system at the bottom. You can insert this valve in the system, and it sits there. And it just sits there and it does nothing. The valve sits there. In its normal operation, the gate will always stay clean. When there's a backup, however, the city sewer starts to back up, the water starts to rise in this body cavity. As the water rises, the gate will rise, the latch will release, and the gate will close. And that's it. Now, once the city sewer releases, it becomes a regular check valve. As you can see, the water still is allowed to go through it. It becomes a check valve until you manually reset it again into the open position. Manually resetting is not such a big deal. It is something that's going to happen, but I'd rather manually reset a valve that's going to be clean in the system than to have to find out a valve failed because it's dirty. So if we could always, it's simple, reset it, it stays in the open position, it's going to stay clean until it starts to back up.